everybody. Sorry we are late. Hi,
We are right on time.
We are right when we were supposed to jump on here. I hope you guys get to join us. We'll give you a few minutes to get in the room. We'll just wait and hang out for you. I still have my little freeloader here joining the group. Come here.
Family is everything.
Yes.
He's taking all my money.
Okay. Here. You want it? No, he's not even trying.
So, Monday after Super Bowl. Are you guys recuperated? Did you guys watch? Did you cook? What'd you do? I'm so tired. Cleaning up after all of that. And a little upset that the Falcons didn't win. ATL, you were this close. You were this close.
Yeah. Guys in my house were inconsolable. They were so angry.
Jesse.
You guys on?
Yes, we are.
This is
Thank you, honey. Yes.
duties, family duties.
He's awesome though. He's just like, oh, jump right on it. So, what are we talking about this month? We are talking about love in our relationships, guys. All month.
February,
Right? Month of love. It's in the air. You like my red?
Yes.
Talking about. I'm not gonna be able to pull this off every Monday for the month, but I just wanted to start it off right.
Yes.
And
Love is in the air.
yes, it is. And what we want to talk about today is love in at the core, right? So all of our relationships stem from one focal point. How do we feel about ourselves? Good morning, Kim, Althea. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us today. So we want to talk about our love relationships with ourselves first and foremost.
It's the most important.
And the most neglected.
It gets shafted every time.
Most neglected because we're so focused on everybody else. How we interact with everybody else, how everybody else sees us.
Yes.
That we don't sit there and be like, okay, but never mind what they think about me. What do I think about myself? There's a lot of people that I compliment and they immediately either negate the compliment or don't know how to receive the
funny.
compliment.
I was reading that today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they
I have
are
to work on that.
critiquing, immediately critiquing themselves. And I'm like, no, just accept the compliment.
Yeah. Nice sweater. Girl, I just got this for $5. It ain't nothing. What? It's a nice sweater. Just thank you. How about that?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
No, it's so hard for us to say thank you and to receive that love and to receive from others. But we sure giving it away.
If you're giving it away.
Giving.
If you're there. Because some people can't. But, so with that self-love, I wanted to just emphasize this main point. We were talking about forgiveness and things like that last week, and we tend to neglect that we can have negativity towards our own identity, towards our own self, if we haven't set time or even gotten to know ourselves, got to know our likes and dislikes, got to know what we're really about, what do we stand for, what is our moral fiber.
Well, sometimes we did know what we liked and what was about, but we sure got lost in the sauce. We got lost in having children, get lost in trying to please our husbands and getting to know what they like. We got lost in working and figuring out how to do that better. So we just totally forgot about our likes, our hobbies, what makes us happy. And we need to stop and think about that.
No, that's major that you said that, how we get lost in our relationships. It starts with our initial relationships, our friendships. I know, still. And, our friendships. So we're going along like, our friends, we like this collectively. Instead of being like, I really like it like that. We get into the habit of not wanting to go against the grain. And then when we get into our love, our spouse relationships, our partnerships, relationships, then I feel like it immediately becomes like, okay, we have to do this together. We have to be this symbiotic, unison thing, instead of being like, okay, but I like these things over here, and it's okay that you don't like what I like. I still like them, But if somebody is like, don't agree with the things we like, or don't agree with our point of view, we tend to push it down.
Yep.
And
because we don't matter.
Why?
How does that?
How does somebody else's voice matter more, or is louder, or more valuable than our own?
All the time. Always.
Hey, who jumped on? Jamila, hey, good morning. Ria, good morning. Good morning, Kim. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We're talking about love relationships, and we're starting off the month by talking about self-love and our relationship with ourselves.
Loving on us.
Yes, it's so important. It's so, so, so important. So like you mentioned, a lot of people don't take the time to know themselves. Mm-hmm. So how are that we can spend time with ourselves, be okay with being by ourselves?
That's it. How about that?
And get
when we take ourselves to dinner, just be with ourselves. And I noticed a bubble bath.
Relax.
Time spending yourself. Just be yourself. I think that's a great way. Just being okay with being alone. People get even anxious. I can't be by myself.
But that's our society. If you're not doing anything, then you're either lazy or you're wasting time.
Exactly.
And it's no. Honestly, God ordained rest. You need rest to keep functioning and doing all the stuff that you do. So people neglect rest as a necessity, but we need it. We will run ourselves until our body shuts down on us.
Exactly. And talking good to yourself.
Major.
We're good at beating up on ourselves negatively. And the negative voice we spoke about last week is just so loud. I feel like this is freezing a little bit. But
yeah.
We have to talk to ourselves and encourage ourselves.
Major.
Major.
Because especially if because you said encourage yourself, it brought me back to last year in my life, and stepping out. Hey guys, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I hope you guys are seeing us. Can you let me know if you see us, and we're not freezing or anything? Something's
technology.
Hey, good morning, Heather. So I was thinking about last year in my life, and anytime you step out on a venture or something new or something that people don't understand, you won't get the support you need sometimes. And that was major for me. There were points that nobody said a word to me, and I just had to be like, keep going, Stace. You're doing good. You're making progress. This matters.
Yes.
And just keep boosting myself.
Yes.
Because I would
have
been defeated.
Was telling you too. What kind of decision was that?
Exactly.
That is stupid. Look, this isn't working.
Yes.
And you have to just keep encouraging yourself.
Perfect. Now you'll know when we're on. Love it. And then you're talking about the other voice when we're so critical. And I was thinking back to childhood that it was a learned behavior. Because I think about any of the adults in my life, it was more of a normal thing to do to be to give a half-hearted comment or a backwards comment. Oh, you don't look that bad. Or you, they couldn't just say, oh, you look nice. Mm-hmm. You look so pretty. Your hair looks good. It was, I don't know if it was cultural. I don't know what it was. They
putting on weight, you're too skinny.
Yes. It's either you're putting on weight or you're too skinny. You can't just be like, oh, you look nice.
No.
What happened?
No.
Where you get that shirt from?
Mm-hmm.
Is it nice? Is it not ugly?
If I don't tell you I love you, that's why I speak to you like this. Oh,
okay. With the negative. Thanks, Mom. But so then we come up with this voice in our head that somebody gives us a compliment, we're immediately yeah, but it's not all that.
Right.
Exactly. It's okay. It's just something I found.
Yeah. That's where it comes from.
And I'm no, I do look nice. Thank you. That made me feel good. Thank you for that compliment.
Yes.
And I had to start retraining. I still have those moments. Somebody actually pointed it out to me the other day, like you said, that I wasn't accepting their compliment. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm like, oh, really? That's still not really accepting it, but it's like questioning it.
Yes.
You know? Like, no, just say thank you, and, you know, it's a good thing.
Yes.
It's just, it would be better if we were talking to ourselves this way.
Exactly. If you start out your day with, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, then it'll be better. Anybody try to come and say something to you positively or negatively, you're ready, because
you know how you feel about yourself.
For yourself. You are inside of you. You strongly know it doesn't really matter, because I know that I feel good and I look good and it's okay.
So one major thing, just like you related to anybody else speaking to us in any sort of way, how we feel about ourselves affects our other relationships. I'm sure you've heard when people say, okay, you can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself. It's so true, so true. But also, our lack of acceptance for ourselves, our lack of having a real just idea of who we are and esteem for ourselves tends to be a pull on our other relationships, whether they're friendships, whether they're, you know, our partnerships in life, whatever it is, associates at work. It becomes a drain on these relationships, because with our insecurity, we're coming to these relationships now wanting this other person to boost us up, to fill that lacking that we have in ourselves. Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me, you know, and then I'll feel good about myself. No, how about you start feeling good about yourself, and then come and we can go from here, instead of me building you up, and then we can now
and being totally disappointed every time when you're not getting it from outside. Right.
Good morning, Luann. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping on here and being a part of our discussion this morning. So we're talking about self-love and how the lack of it can hurt our other relationships.
That doesn't mean we don't need validation. I don't want to get that twisted. You do need the loved ones in your life to say you're doing a good job and notice your hard work. That is necessary. But it hurts a lot less, and it causes a lot less confusion when you know for yourself that you did the damn thing and you're doing well. You keep patting yourself in the back and just loving on yourself. You have to love on you. And then it'll exude. Others will start to respect you more and know that you demand more, because they just see it all over you. Like, I just got it.
And then you go out into the world having this stance. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to come against you. Situations are going to come, and they're going to, you know, knock your confidence down. But it's not going to be something that'll completely devastate you, because you're standing on that. Yeah, a foundation of value for yourself.
Yes.
Never mind what society may think. Never mind what somebody else thinks is important. You have your own value system, and that becomes your stance. That becomes your foundation.
Yes, you demand more. You expect more. You deserve more. People can just see that from what you expect.
You carry yourself differently. You don't come out into the world, insecure. You come out with a confidence. So where does this? Let's say you never had this. You don't have this, foundation.
Self-confidence.
Exactly. Or just thinking of yourself highly. You don't have this. And you're starting from this point on to try to build it back up. How can we do that? How can we reprogram our mind?
That's the affirmations we were talking about last week and the week before, and again about talking to ourselves. You have to talk up yourself and encourage yourself. Eventually, you're going to actually start to believe it. Initially, you're not. Right. Initially, you're like, yeah, I feel good. I'm going to have a great day. Whatever.
Well, you got to think about it. You're talking to yourself either way. You're the loudest voice in your head. You're talking to yourself all the time. You're the one. So let's reprogram those. What you're repeating to yourself. What are you aiming for? What are you thinking about yourself? I am valuable. I am important. I am loved. I am respectable. You get what I'm saying? Like you start
But the negative,
applying these to yourself.
The negative comes in daily all the time. It's the same way you have to keep up with these affirmations. It's not just going to happen. You're not just going to switch it off. Right. You have to continue. It's like training for anything. You got to build your muscles up. You got to, whatever it is.
Habits.
Yes.
Create new habits. I'll tell you, when I was doing that on a regular basis, I would do it on my drive-in to work. And so that's Monday through Friday. I'm driving into work. I'm just going down this list.
And building yourself for the day.
Exactly. Because as soon as I pull in that parking lot, that could have been like, oh, here we go again. I ain't ready for this. And be like, no, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a beast today. Like, yes. And I was just saying random things like, you know, I'm boss. They don't recognize that I'm boss. Like, you know, and I'm going there.
It is.
Right?
Like, Jamila was saying, yeah, even the baddest chicks, and Mary Jane does definitely, she's always with her affirmations, and she puts up her post-its on the wall so you can see, so you can encourage yourself, because there is those haters. They're everywhere.
Everything in life, yo.
Even
no matter what you're doing.
You gotta fight it. You gotta fight it. You gotta fight it. You gotta fight it. And I know I hate it. I hate that we have to fight every single thing. I really do.
Yeah.
But it'll come easier. It comes easier and easier the more you do it. So do it. You're worth it.
Yes, so worth it. Each of us, just so worth the time and effort to build yourself up.
Spend on you, to love on you. You taking care of everybody else and doing everything for everybody else. What about you?
Right. So one of those major things in life that also causes many people to have that lack of confidence is the lack of faith, right? So, and I'll tell you for myself personally, it wasn't until that I got, you know, really serious, just wanting to devote and get to know God. For me, that is my spiritual higher power, you know, one God. And it was in that relationship, in discovering who he is and his promises for me, that made me start believing that, okay, I'm not here by accident. You know, I was living life like, all right, whatever happens, hopefully something good happens today. You know, and a lot of people have that mentality, like, whatever.
No purpose.
Right?
No foundation.
And it's like, no, you were here for a purpose. So you start living your life intentionally.
Yes.
Start realizing that every action, there's a reverberation out into the world. Okay, let's, just like we were talking about that learned behavior from our parents. They didn't probably think that, them saying this one non-compliment to us would affect us. But no, it trained our thinking to start not really accepting compliments and not thinking positively about ourselves. And there's so many more actions like that. Yes, so important. We have been bought and paid for by Christ with a price, a heavy, heavy price. It gives us such self-worth to know that we're so loved, so loved. So maybe you didn't have a good parental foundation, but having that idea that
you're loved, and you have a purpose, and you're put here for a reason, then that helps you to get through all of your troubles, all of the problems, because you're like, no, it's more is going to come. Better there's better here for me.
And even just that, we're going to have bad situations in life, whether sicknesses, whether job losses, poverty, just bad things will happen in life. It's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
There's too many of us just living to not interfere with each other in some way or another. So negative's going to come, right? If we have that foundation, like this too shall pass. And one thing I tell my kids, if it's bad right now, you're still in the middle. You know, God has a good outcome for you. His plans are for good for your life. His plans are not to harm you, right? How many lessons did you learn by just going through and it was difficult, you know? But at the end, we're like, okay, I did value that lesson. No, it was hard while I was going through it, but I value that lesson now because it taught me something major.
But it helps you to go through. because you're like, I know there's better.
Yes, it's like your arm stretched out. There's hope. I'm just trying to reach this.
It's not going to be like this always. Otherwise, you can give up. Lots of people give up. Lots of us give up.
And I'm sure you see people that entertain the idea of suicide because they feel like their life has no purpose, has no meaning. Mm-hmm. They are not valuable because society or their family, their immediate situation says they're unimportant. And
the negative is talking real loud in their ear, and they see no way out. And they just want to totally give up on life. There's no worth living. And that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It's heartbreaking. It really is. And that's why it's so important to find that value system. What do you believe in? Question yourself. What do you believe in? Because we believe in things, you know, but we have to question that, you know, that faith system. Like, if we're just going day to day haphazardly, what kind of legacy are we leaving? What kind of life are we living day to day? Is it we're just
non-fulfilling?
Yeah, and it's just empty. There's a lot of emptiness. So I definitely want to encourage you guys, if you haven't taken the time to question what your belief system, please do take some time. And anything that doesn't make sense, investigate.
Exactly.
I'm not saying, you know, you have to believe what I believe.
No, not at all.
I want you to have a belief system, and it should point you to something positive for your life. And then you'll see your confidence build. Like, okay, your outlook on life changes because you're now, no, I was put here for a purpose. I can't just have people treating me any sort of way. I can't just put myself into some random situation.
I'm a child of God.
Like, excuse me? I'm not accepting that. That's, no. And you start living and making choices and speaking and being kinder to people because you want to spread the love that you now feel. It's important. And yeah, instead of sending out the negative into the world, we're now sending out the positive. So we'll have positive, you know, reverberations and waves on into society and out into existence.
Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Shout out to Brooklyn.
Had to do it. Brooklyn. It's hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, so from that point on, my hierarchy of just process, it comes, you know, love God, love yourself, then you can love others. And that's really how it goes. We receive from Him, we know how important we are, and it makes us value ourselves more, and then we can spread that love to everybody else. We can't give from an empty pot.
No.
If we have nothing to give, but there's nothing to give.
It's
so
running on empty all the time.
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
Right. So I want to encourage you guys to question your belief system. Make sure you understand what you believe in, and then start. If you're part of that group that is insecure and lacking that. I mean, we all are a work in progress, so we all have areas where we're still a bit insecure in.
Of course. It's a daily battle. Don't get it twisted. It's a daily struggle. But I'm saying get in the game.
Exactly.
Don't
and then
just
start
be defeated.
Approaching life like, all right, I got, you know, a confident foundation. Like, my life is going to be lived on purpose. Each day, my actions are building something. Are planting seeds in my kids for the future. Are, you know, creating a legacy that will live on because we're all going to be remembered. How are you going to be remembered? You know, what are people going to say once you're gone? Not to be morbid, but you.
But these things you can only think about when you take time to be by yourself and take time to be with you and think about you and you. When you're just running the race of life,
it's just dragging you along with it.
You're running on fumes, you're exhausted, you can't put back into yourself.
And you feel like you have no choice.
Exactly.
You have a choice.
Yes.
That's epiphany. Like,
yes.
Well, you have a choice.
That's an aha. Tweet. Yes.
You have a choice.
We start feeling so trapped. Like you just feel like you have no choice. You just run down and this is what life is gonna be. No.
Nope.
No.
Once
like
you
Stacey
get there,
said, we gotta get our joy this year. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
It's really claiming our joy. So you have to replenish, put into yourself. That's the only way. I don't got time. I ain't got time. There's no time. I don't have time. No, there has to be another way. We always have a choice, no matter how crazy it feels. You have a choice to make it better.
Right. And it's a hard choice sometimes, but it's worth it, guys. It is really worth it. So yes, find some time to love on yourself this week, whether it's being by yourself or, some quiet time, some reflection, some journaling, go get a massage.
Yes. Yes.
I want one. Germs, if you heard me. I want a massage.
Yes, Valentine's coming up.
Yes.
Even though she don't believe Valentine's, she doesn't
We
like
will talk about it next
We will talk
Monday.
about that next week. We are really going to talk about that next week.
But, so find some time to spend alone, reflecting, get quiet, and just love on yourselves, guys. Start saying the things you like about yourself. Start saying what you want for your future, instead of commenting on what is. What do you want? If you had your perfect life, start daydreaming again. Start
imagination.
Right? It's our creativity right there.
Visualization.
What would your perfect life be? And allow yourself to dream about it for a bit. And it's okay. And start picturing yourself there. Anybody, Oprah, any of the those gurus, they'll tell you visualizations help. And you start seeing your life, and you start, subconsciously making efforts when you keep that vision in front of you.
You can't do any of this until you quiet yourself and make time for yourself, no matter when. On your way to work, on your way from work, lunchtime, whatever. Before you go to bed, before you get your day started, it is so worth it.
Yeah.
You are worth it.
Yeah, so I want to thank you guys all for joining us this week. And we will be back next Monday. We're talking about our spouses, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, whatever it is. And Valentine's Day is coming up. What do you have planned? I'll tell you what I have planned. I better have something planned. This year, I've learned the hard way.
She's not pregnant this year.
Anyway, and whoa,
Just saying.
yes, can't wait to see you guys next week.
Happy Monday!
Happy Monday, guys. We love you. Enjoy your week ahead, and see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.